I came back for one more. Just one more from Mile High. Oh yeah. This is a big one, folks. Hope you enjoyed that little intro there. Yeah, this is probably going to be my last one from Mile High for a good long while. And in the final days of Chuck's 70th birthday sale, it was like the final couple days, I made an order. And I was like, man, I said, maybe, will I get it through? And there's no real big keys in this order. It's just basically to fill in a run. And I actually filled in a run of a creator that on a title that I've been wanting to do for the longest time. And I was thinking about that from the last video. I said, well, maybe I should fill in a run. I need to fill in a run of a series that I'm working on that I've been on for a while. And I think I notched maybe, I may have done 2 of the runs here. I may have gotten 2 runs complete if I remember the order straight. But it's been such a long time because I got these books near the end of March, and here it is. You're gonna see this video in early May, but here it is April for me, like in the middle of April, and I'm finally going through these, and I'm gonna see what I've got because it's been such a long time. I basically forgot the order because I forgotten I actually ordered these and I was surprised when they came, and I was like, oh, okay, now I remember because I had to go through my emails, and I was like, oh, okay, check your emails. So the first thing I started off with is some magazines. I actually picked up some classic, I think these are Doctor Who magazines. I went through the cheap thing, and I was going through and I was trying to find me some cheap Doctor Who magazines. And I got 3 of them here. I got 3 of them. And one of them is Doctor Who number 90. This is the Peter Davison issue. This is the last, this is right when his run was ending as the Doctor. I like this cover. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. The caves and draws in this was it. The director, talks about the last Davison adventure. It's a very sad ending. He followed Tom Baker, and that's not easy to follow an established doctor like that. When you're following somebody like Tom Baker, who basically is probably one of the most popular doctors that ever was, and it expanded the series to America because even my friend Chris said back PBS would show the Tom Baker series, and the guy had a 7-year run, and he would have stayed longer, but I think him and the director at the time wasn't getting along. I think Turner was his name. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on. And actually, I'm surprised. There's actually one of these ain't a Doctor Who magazine. It's actually a magazine that I'm kind of happy I picked it up. But I'll get to it in a minute. Eddie, stay tuned. You'll like what I picked up on that. But this magazine is another Doctor Who, and this is 97, and I wanted to get a Tom Baker cover because I've gotten the 6th Doctor, and I've gotten Davison, I've got the 4 Doctors. So I wanted Tom Baker. So this is the Cybermen are back. Unsuitable for children. This is basically right when the whole situation with the Doctors, the violence and everything was catching on in the 80s. And people were complaining about the violence in the series. It's hard to believe, when you're looking at these classic Doctor Who's, but if Eddie or Chris, if y'all's watching, but yeah, people was actually complaining that the violence in the series was getting dark. And when Adric died during the 5th Doctor's adventure, which was really a big deal, because I remember watching Earthshock, and I was like, because I had never seen Earthshock until I got to see it online, and I was like, and it stunned me, because the Doctor's series, he'd always say today, his companion would always live. I didn't know about one of his companions dying out of an air vent back in the 60s, but this was just, I was like, oh man, and it threw me for a loop, because you're like, he's the Doctor, he saves the day, that death has stayed with him, because he said his name at times, and it's nice that long-lasting things like that can weigh on the Doctor, and because it shows the impact the companions have in the series. I will now lead the Doctor Who discussion. and go to something more favorable. Horror. Horror, yep. I forgot I ordered this, man. This is such a treat, man, to see this. Oh, man, I like this. I have, okay, maybe this is a good key. Maybe this is a good little key here. And Eddie, I think you'll like this. It's Fangoria number 200. I had the 300th and the 100th edition. So I needed 200. And I saw it on the site, and I was like, okay, that's pretty darn cool there. So that was nice. So that's all the magazines I ordered. Okay, that was a treat, seeing Fangoria 200 in there. Okay, because I'd forgotten all about it. Now we're gonna get to the comics. Oh yes, the comics. Well, this is nice. They sent me 2 backing boards for free. Yeah, that was nice of you, Milehigh. Thank you. Thank you. I can use those backing boards. I thought about ordering backing boards from them. I need to do that. I keep forgetting. But yeah, almost. Yeah, there was over 20 issues here, and one of these actually, I may have filled in 2 of my runs. Actually, I'll have to check it. So let's get started on this stuff. Let's get to the grand adventure. You know, let's see what I picked up. You know, I'll show the first appearance, the cheap first appearance at the end. So yeah, I did get a first appearance here, and I'll show my one of my favorite characters at the end. But God, I'm just going through these. I'm trying to rearrange them in a way that I could actually show them, because they've got them flipped over and every which way. They've got this whole deal every which way but loose, as the saying goes. You know, if you've ever heard that Eddie Rabbit song, every which way but loose, every which way. Yeah, okay. I think I got it all. Okay. So, let's go ahead and start this haul off here, okay? I picked up 3 issues of Doom Patrol. The Grant Morrison run of Doom Patrol. I picked up number 45. Number 45. I didn't really have many of these Grant Morrison issues to get left. Because like I said, I was going through and I was picking out the cheap stuff, and I was like, I'm going to go through, because I only averaged like maybe $2.50 a piece on all these issues. And except for that Fangoria, which, but I was like, it all averaged pretty cheap. I got issue 48 of Grant Morrison's run. I like this on the cover. The back issue advertisement, the Addams Family. It's not the same old thing. November 22nd. That's probably the perfect advertisement to have on a Grant Morrison book for a movie. Yeah. Like I said, I was going through just trying to get cheap runs filled in. I got Doom Patrol number 52. Number 52. So, now don't hold me to it. I may have completed my Doom Patrol run of Grant Morrison's. I may have. I only needed so many issues. So when I go through and check them off, it would be nice to have that run completed. That would be 2 runs by 2 creators that I really, really like, Now, this is not any specific run. This is basically filling in a title series that I've long since said that I am going to try to complete. And I said it in the last volume. One day I would love to complete my Hellblazer run. My John Constantine Hellblazer run. I was 70-some issues away from it. Well, I'm a little bit closer now. I got issue number 103 of Hellblazer. These were marked down cheap. I mean, that's, and like I said, I got almost all the keys in the Hellblazer run. There's like most of the Warren, I think it's Warren Ellis or Garth Ennis run. I believe it was Garth Ennis. I got number 106. Oh no, this is 108. I'm sorry, 108. Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to get all my Hellblazer. I'm trying to get all the Hellblazer stuff done cheap. I got number 109 of Hellblazer. Number 109. I got number 129 with Garth Ennis, and he had come back to the title and did this story. It's just surprising, I didn't even know this. I didn't even know he'd come back into 100s and did a story line. But this was John Higgins' Son of Man, Part 1 of 5. I didn't know he did this one. And then I got number 130, Son of Man, number part 2. And I was tempted to get more Hellblazer issues, but I was like, no, spread the wealth, go around. You have to get the thing that you're mostly after. You're here for a mission, and that mission is to complete this one run at least. Yeah, let's get to the mission. Now, it's not me if I don't get a Batman book, you know. And I had to. I was getting the newest series cheap. I've been to a few cons, and if I go to a show, I try to find them cheap, the newest issues, because I refuse to pay $4 or $5 an issue. I think it's going to go even higher with these freaking tariffs now. And the market's gotten too out of this world to get comics for me. And I like Batman. He's my favorite character. So I'm going to look for these cheap on the secondhand market. And Milehigh had a couple issues of the newest series. And they didn't have them the cheap way I wanted. But they did have a few that was in there to push my run on up. I got Batman number 104. And this one is... this is a nice cover. They must really love Harley Quinn in this run, because she's on this type cover, and I've got another one with Harley on it. I was getting up to, I read up to 100, and then I had to stop because the shop here closed, and I didn't want to drive all that way down. And I think I got a few more issues up from it. And then I got issue number 106, the variant. And this one shows you the level of importance now that we're getting. We're getting Harley Quinn right there with Dick Grayson and Catwoman, and a bunch of other characters in the background, Spoiler and Batwoman, and I guess there's more characters on the back cover. But all he had was the variant cheap, and I didn't really want to pay. The Infinite Frontier crossover really jacked up the regular issue price, and I was like, that variant looks pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. It fills in my run. It gives me up to 106 of Batman. I'm trying to itch my way up. I'm gonna try to get all the issues all the way up to Hush, to Hush 2, and it's gonna take me some time, but you got all the time in the world at times. So hopefully I can get it. When I go to a show, I'm gonna try to fill in those issues and try to just build up the run, because I have a hell of a Batman run. It's stretching all the way back to 1966 now, 1965, and this takes me up into 2021. So that's a hell of a Batman run. That's one of my favorite titles and characters. So it's a lot of years of collecting to get that. And yes, I don't care if they're near mint, as long as I have the title number and I have Batman. I'll upgrade them later at one point. I've done that with a couple issues. I've upgraded later. But anyhow, I got 6 issues of Swamp Thing. And in the 1980s, Swamp Thing became really defined by one guy, and that was Alan Moore. So I completed my Alan Moore run of Swamp Thing, and I'm trying to get these in order. Here's issue number 31 of Swamp Thing. And I like that they put sophisticated suspense on the top of it, because there were some adult themes in these titles, There are some adult themes. So there's issue 31. I have all the anatomy lesson, those issues. I have the first John Constantine. I have his first possible appearance in 25. So I have all the keys in that run. So I don't really need the keys. I just needed cheap issues. I got issue number 38 of Swamp Thing. 38 of Swamp Thing. I got issue number... I got issue number 47 of Swamp Thing. Issue number 47. And I don't think I need a 49. And like I said, I've got... Or no, that was 48 of Swamp Thing. I'm sorry, that was... It says 48 on here. We possibly, they may have sent me the wrong issues. Oh, actually, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at Doom Patrol. Yeah, it was 47. I'm crazy. See, even I can make a mistake. Sorry about that, Milehigh. But yeah, you sent me the right issue. 47, the Swamp Thing. I was just sitting there looking at my list. I got issue number 60 of Swamp Thing, and this cover looks really damn cool. I like what they did with it here. But John, look at that cover, man. That's pretty cool. That don't look like a normal Swamp Thing cover that you would see, you know. But yeah, 60. I got Swamp Thing number 61. I kind of missed that cover that they had for 60. I was kind of wishing they'd go back to it. And then I got issue number 62 with Rick Veitch. I wanted to hedge my bets. I think Moore walked away at 64 was the issues he walked away from, and I had 63 and 64. I just wanted to hedge my bets, but that was my Alan Moore run of Swamp Thing. He was on the title for a couple years there and really revolutionized the character. And I always said, I'm going to fill that run in. I'm going to do that run. And so I got to do it. I got to finally do it. I accomplished it. I achieved it. Thank you, Milehigh, for that sale. Because like I said, these issues were, man, it was really good to get these issues at the price I did. And now I got this one as a cheap first appearance. And Milehigh really didn't have this one priced high yet, and I don't think I think this character is going to eventually show up in the new James Gunn universe of DC. I think we're going to see it soon, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get this first appearance because I talked about this character a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, she's one of my favorite characters. I said I need to get that. And as cheap as it was, it's Manhunter #1. This is the Kate Spencer Manhunter. This is her first appearance. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get that. And she became very critically praised. The work by Androcchio was really praised. It's just that the title really had a struggle with sales. And because she was a new character, and new characters take a while to really catch. And they've kept her around. They've had her show up, I think, all the way into the new 52. Her title lasted 38 issues. I have like a good run of it, and she was pretty badass, and I liked it. But like I said, this was a key. I think this is gonna be a character that we're gonna see eventually, because as a prosecuting attorney that decides to fight crime, this is nice. So this was a good first appearance to go with. So I completed a series. I may have completed another one with Grant Morrison. I got a first appearance, and I got some cool Doctor Who's and a Fangoria. So, and for the price I paid for these, oh yeah, this is nice. So, I hope you enjoy this channel. I hope you like and subscribe if you want to. Drop me a comment at the bottom. Tell me about my hauls. This is the 151st edition, so we're 151 strong. I don't know if I'm gonna do one over the summer or not. Maybe. Who knows? But this right here should be it for a while. I want to thank Milehigh for the sales. I want to thank him for the backing boards, for those 2 backing boards. That's really nice of y'all. So, till next time, keep on watching, and pick up your Manhunter. Oh yes.